All right, what's going on? Let's talk about the most anabolic thing you can do as a natural lifter or a natural bodybuilder. So now, a mistake that I made in my early years to gaining a decent amount of muscle and get jacked was training and just prioritizing training. I used to just work out and think that training and working out was the most important thing to putting on muscle. All you see online on social media with these bodybuilders, these influencers, these fitness influencers, you only see two things: them training and them posing for competition. And they're a professional bodybuilder. Obviously, from their workout program, I'm going to get jacked, bodybuilder jacked, just like they are from this workout program. And so naturally, since all we see people do who are on that level is just work out and their workout routines, that's going to be the first thing that a lot of people are going to go to, is just prioritizing the workout, thinking the workout is the primary, most important things to getting jacked. Including myself, I had this mindset too. But the biggest thing that I was missing was diet. I was not eating enough protein and enough calories and carbs and etc. in order to really gain muscle. I mean, I was gaining a little bit of definition, putting on just a little muscle because it was my first time working out. It was just newbie gains. But I wasn't really gaining a real solid, built physique. And only when I understood the fact of diet and nutrition playing a huge role into your muscle building journey did I start to see a real change in my body and gain real muscle, start to just put together a real aesthetic muscular physique. That's when I noticed a change in my body, and that's when I noticed I had more energy to even work out. And the better you can work out with, the more energy you can work out with, the better you're going to be able to break down the muscle so you can build them back bigger and better next time. And so lifting weights is important, but if you don't have the food to recover, what are you going to build that muscle tissue out of? What is the muscle going to come from? It's not just going to come from thin air. It's not going to come from just you lifting weights. And if you're working out and you're natural, you have to eat even more food than an enhanced lifter or an enhanced bodybuilder. I even had a comment on one of my videos saying that enhanced lifters on steroids, actually need to eat more food than natural bodybuilders. Biggest lack of knowledge about fitness and nutrition and working out that I had ever seen. And it just reminded me of the huge misconception out there about how important diet and your nutrition goes into building natural muscle. So I took him to school, set him straight, and he eventually admitted he was wrong. And he saw that no, natural lifters have to eat more than enhanced lifters, because enhanced lifters can just gain muscle just from using the steroids and a lot of the food that they eat. But a lot of that comes from the steroids, the extra testosterone pumping into their system. The people who are natural, in order to even get close to the physique that these enhanced people have, the ones that are on gear, they have to eat a whole lot more food. So if you want to gain serious muscle, however much you want to weigh, however big you want to get, you have to get outside your comfort zone when it comes to eating. And to ensure this muscle growth, you have to make sure you're eating the right food. You can't build this muscle out of just carbohydrates and fat. You have to make sure you're eating the right amount of protein along with everything else. And in terms of the recommendation, standard recommendation for really gaining muscle as quickly as you can, it is about 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body weight. Not just per pound of body weight, per pound of lean body weight. So like, for example, let's say you're a 200-pound person with about 20% body fat. That's about 160 grams of protein per day, because at 20% body fat being 200 pounds, about 160, more or less, 160 pounds of that is going to be lean muscle instead of the fat and water weight that you're carrying in your body. If you're at, let's say, 20% body fat, 200 pounds. And like I said, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. It's going to depend on just your overall activity level, how hard you're working out, how much you're working out, and how well your body handles protein and digests protein. But don't underestimate the value of your diet and what it is that you're eating when it comes to how you're feeling in the gym. So you might feel like you're small, you're flat, skinny, deflated, and you're just not putting on muscle at a reasonable speed and rate. There's a very good chance in that case that you're not eating enough of the right foods and that you're eating too much of the wrong foods. So think about it like this: the people that you grew up with who you saw put on a lot of weight after high school and even college, what's the most common thing that they talk about when it comes to their weight? Man, I just want to get back to my weight and my size in high school. I just want to get back to the body that I had in college. 9 times out of 10 is because they got fat, obviously, as we all know. And what does getting fat coming from? It doesn't come from your activity level. It only comes from the food that you eat. Food alone puts size on your body. Nothing else puts size on your body. And so if food alone puts size on your body, then when you're working out, what do you think is going to put muscle size on your body? Food alone. Working out is going to be the stimulus to make the muscles grow as a result of the food that you're eating. But you have to make sure that you're prioritizing that food. Working out is only the catalyst to initiate the growth process. But that process doesn't get initiated without the proper nutrition. And that's why eating the right type of foods is the most anabolic thing that you can do. When you're a natural lifter, when you're a natural bodybuilder, when I started focusing on actually making protein the center focus of my diet and my day, that's when I started noticing the gains going up and the strength going up like crazy. I actually started to get more cut, defined, ripped, even though I wasn't really doing cardio, because protein and increased muscle mass will burn fat alone. An increase of protein in and of itself will make your body burn fat, along with the other common things that helps you burn fat and lose weight, like a calorie deficit doing increased cardio. But increasing your protein, that alone makes you burn fat. When you're eating kind of the typical diets that we have, it's going to put weight on you, it's going to put size, but the wrong type of size on you. And it's not going to give you as much energy as you need or could have had. Then compensate by adding more greens and protein and the right type of carbs. And you'll notice that your energy and your workouts and your muscular physique will increase and improve. But when you are doing this and increasing protein, you still want to, of course, have carbs. And if you're trying to get lean muscle, you're trying to get jacked, ripped, and all that, you don't want to go low on the carbs or the calories like a lot of people tend to think. You still want to have a lot of good carbs, a lot of the healthy carbs. So we're not talking about candy, cake, dessert. We're talking about rice, sweet potatoes, oatmeal, etc. Even certain dairy products. And in terms of the best time to eat carbs in order to build muscle, it's going to be earlier in the day. So on your off day when you're not working out, eat it earlier in the day when your insulin sensitivity is at its highest, because insulin is responsible for the digestion process and converting food into energy. The less sensitive your body is to insulin, the more inclined your body will be to convert that food that you're eating into fat instead of energy. So the more insulin sensitive you are, the better your body will convert food into energy instead of fat. And your body is the most insulin sensitive early in the day when you first wake up, and then it peaks in the morning and then slowly declines as the day goes by. Eat when your insulin sensitivity is at its highest and your body is most efficient at converting food into fuel instead of converting food into fat. On the days when you're working out, you prioritize eating a lot of your carbs before your workout, because that's obviously going to fuel your workout. And your body's just going to incinerate those carbs and calories like crazy because you're working out. And after your workout, because after your workout, your body is in the most efficient fat burning mode that it will be directly after a workout. And so you want to eat your carbs, number one, to refuel your body's glycogen levels, to help your body build muscle along with the protein. And two, because your body will just burn straight through those carbs and calories when you eat them directly after a workout. So you won't have to worry about them being converted into fat. So before and after your workout. And again, this is when you're in the goal of building lean muscle. And now all of that is to break down the most anabolic thing you can do when it comes to muscle building. But if you want to see the real way natural lifters, natural bodybuilders build muscle when it comes to working out, because you actually want to get in the gym and lift some weights, then I have a video about that right here. Click it and check it out. You're going to see the type of workouts, the method of working out, and you're going to see the process of working out that actually builds muscle the most efficiently, separate from the diet and your nutrition and eating. This is about working out in order to build real muscle, natural muscle when you're not enhanced, of course, and you're trying to do it as fast as possible, as quickly as possible. I talk about that right here in this video.